Hello, my name's David Lignell. I'm a professor of chemical engineering at Brigham Young University. I've been here for about 10 years, and I want to tell you a little bit about some of the ways that I use computer programming in my work. I use computer programming in two different ways. First, I teach students how to program. I teach a course called Computational Tools, where students in our program learn to use the Python programming language to solve problems in chemical engineering. I also use programming a lot in my research. I study turbulent reacting flows, turbulent combustion, and flames and fires. And we study how hot fires are and how fast they burn and how high a temperature they get and those kinds of things. In order to do that, we use computers, and we program those computers using different programming languages. One of the languages that we use a lot is called Python, as I mentioned, and we also use C++ quite a lot. We sometimes will use Fortran, and we'll interact with those codes using a lot of other programming languages and different programming interfaces. On the screen here is an example of some code that I use in my research, and this is written in C++. This particular code file has about 400 lines of code, and there's a number of different files that make up the code. The purpose of the code is to be able to solve different kinds of problems. So here's an example. Here's a movie of a wall fire that we simulated. You can see that in the bottom right corner. And we call that a large eddy simulation. And that simulation is represented by this scary looking set of equations. We call these the reacting Navier-Stokes equations. And we solve an equation for mass. Mass isn't created or destroyed. We solve an equation for momentum, like when you throw a baseball, it has momentum. We solve an equation for energy and also for chemical species. And when you solve all of these equations on a computational grid, the output is a simulation of the flame, and we can understand how it flows and what the temperatures are. We code these equations on the grid using computer programming. So in this case, we have C++ code that we're coding equations similar to these to try to understand how that works. A lot of people think that only computer programmers write programs, but really computer programming is used by lots of different people in lots of different fields, whether they're professors or students or computer scientists themselves. Let me know if you're interested in finding out more information. I'm happy to talk to you. You can find me at ignite.byu.edu. Thanks, bye.